So staff, please fix the string, guys. Kidnak, the big brother of Eddie Hunter, Skate, which is one of the playable characters of the game that unfortunately we're not gonna see because there are 4 characters: Axel, Blaze, Max, and Skate, and every character has their differences because also that's the reason why there are different leaderboards for depending on which character you use. That's the reason why this category is called Axel and EC and BC, because there are 3 different leaderboards. The first leaderboard for all Axel categories, second leaderboard for all the difficulties, and the last leaderboard for the platform you're playing the game. So even if I were playing this on a Nintendo Wii or an emulator, it should be the same because it's the same game emulated, but without the big amount of lag that this game uses to have. So I'm just gonna wait until staff says that I'm ready. So I'm gonna go faster for some water. So well, I'm back and I have to saw on the stream that I am ready. So first,
okay, we are good to.
So well, I'm back and I have to saw on the stream that I am ready. So first, a big shout out for the staff who fixed the issue detail. That's something good. So well, I think that now it's time to start my run. Oh, come on. Okay, my mistake. So after I choose my character, I'm gonna wait like 7 seconds just to already start the game. So I'm gonna do a little manipulation here. So I'm gonna put the game on easiest mode. So okay, let's not be ready for the time, and I'm gonna. Okay. So well. Yes, I'm gonna do that. Okay, but it's not working. Okay. And I'm gonna
just do a countdown, like 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna choose a character, and then I'm gonna wait 7 seconds, but I'm gonna do the countdown. So let's start on game on start on count on 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, this is a Streets of Rage 2, as I've said before, and this is just a beat 'em up game, developed by and released by Sega. It also got an alternate version for the Sega Master System and Sega Game Gear. Unfortunately, I have moved slowly here. I have lost like 2 seconds. And talking again about the game, something cool about this is that the entire franchise marked a new point on video game industry because since the first Streets of Rage game, this turned into the first games that give credits to the music composer and at the title screen, which is Yuzo Koshiro. He has composed a lot of good tunes for many video games, and also he has released some music singles, because also in some dancing minigames like the Dance Dance Revolution franchise, there are some songs of Yuzo Koshiro there. So also something good is that if you really love the video game music and you wanna hear some of the Yuzo Koshiro work, you can find a lot of DJ sets that he had got on many presentations and on YouTube. So if you want, you can look on YouTube for a very good material. You're gonna be glad when you hear these great and amazing tunes. Because for example, from all the game, Ghost Rage is the name of the song, and this is a song that I really most love of the game. So the way that you move here is just based on 3 buttons as a standard Sega Genesis controller. So the A button is for jumping. Pardon, the A button is for perform some special attacks that are gonna reduce some part of our stamina, so I'm gonna keep that special movement for some parts like the bosses to defeat them faster. And with the B button we make the regular hits, and we jump with the C button, so making a good combination of all of them. We can go faster on this because, as you can see, there are some parts of the game that you need to defeat all the enemies on the screen if you want to continue. So sometimes it's gonna look like I'm gonna be moving in a random way between stages. But the reason why I do that is because also depending on your position, it's where does the enemies goes. And also the worst path for this is that the enemies go out of screen. So in this case I'm gonna try to manipulate Electron to this barrier here to get on screen, because when they go off screen they took more time to respawn, and obviously that's not something good. So here now I'm having a very bad pace. I cannot make that she go out of screen, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna wait until she spawns. And now I have to defeat her. Now it's time for the first boss of the game. His name is Abadidi, and from all the bosses, obviously like all video games, or most video games, it's an easy boss. But also, as you can see, here's gonna be some enemies that are gonna try to stop us or something like that, just to help the principal boss. But I just need to focus on the boss, because once I defeat him, all his allies are gonna disappear. But well, I have defeated his allies, and he doesn't want to get bound. And sorry, my mistake is not Abadidi's Bourbon. Abadidi is one of the next bosses. So first stage cleared. There are a total of 8 stages through all the game. Nice low down emulator. I love when the emulator do that. So also the fastest way to move as Axel is to jump and perform a kick on the air than the regular jumping or regular walking. So maybe this kind of looks a bit weird, but I'm gonna keep doing this for most part of the run, just to keep moving. And now we have this motorcycle guys that I don't need to focus entirely on them, because they're gonna disappear in a while, and also their health is so low, so and now the motorcycle enemies are gonna throw some bombs, so I should let me focus on it. And something curious about the game is that, as you have saw, the motorcycles explodes once they fall down. And if there's an enemy close, the enemy is gonna receive the damage. So that can be helpful in some parts, because if the health of an enemy goes down, we can use that as something beneficial, since we're gonna need less hits to the enemy in order to defeat him. So again, on this part I'm gonna try to make that the enemies get closer on the same part, so when I perform the hits, they're gonna... okay, that was bad. They're gonna... every time I hit, most of them are gonna receive the damage, so it's gonna be faster. So again, we have these bad guys messing up here. And also something cool about the soundtrack also is that we know that the Sega Genesis has a headphone jacket, and that's good because you can go to the option menu and you can hear on the sound test the amazing soundtrack that this game has. Now this is the second boss, Jet, and also he's a bit harder to me to defeat him, so I need to be moving carefully in all this stage and following his shadow in order to defeat him as fast as I can. wait a moment. Just in case, because we never know when we are gonna need it. Spawns again on screen. I make the hit. I don't get hit by him. Because there are two ways that this boss can damage us. The first one is the kick on the air. The second one is that if he grabs us, he's gonna fly so high and then he's gonna throw us to the floor. Fortunately, that second path doesn't happen, so that's in some way something good, like an optimization. Because also that's the first time that it happens to me, because regularly Jet catches me up and he flies so high in order to throw me to the floor. So now, third stage, nothing interesting here, to be honest. Just defeat these bad guys, and also another optimization is this one that you're gonna see, that in some parts of the stage, when you're on the last part and you defeat all the enemies, you're gonna see an animation where our character starts walking. So once I defeat all the enemies, I'm gonna try to move on the stage in order to try to skip that animation, or make it so just going shorter, in order to make it everything goes much faster. Like for example, on the first part of this stage. I think that on this one, if I remember correctly, I think that yes, it also happens. No, and this part doesn't happen. Just once the enemies are defeated, or there's a fade out. And also something interesting I saw is that one enemy catches me and then it throws me on the air. So obviously then when that happens, if I fall down, I'm gonna receive the damage. So in order to skip the damage and keep safe, I press the up button plus the C button. So if I do it correctly at the time that Axel hits the floor, he's not gonna fall down, and we're not gonna get damage, and also we're not gonna lose time watching the animation when Axel stand ups again. And also in some of these boxes there are some items that are gonna help us with our health and all that stuff, but just in some moments, in some certain moments, I'm gonna use them, mostly because I need to have a higher stamina, higher health to perform the special attacks. Now I move again to the right side of the screen to make that the walking animation got slower. And again, some kind of enemies are gonna get repeated. Try to move here, and again I move this to make shorter the walking animation. And now here's where some parts got weird. For example, if I destroy that alien X or whatever you want to call it, they're gonna explode, and if there's an enemy close, the enemy is gonna receive the damage. So this is a part of the game that you don't know if you're fighting versus some bad guys or versus aliens. So now we have this first mid-boss. And also something curious is that some enemies can also, when they try to catch you, to throw you, some of them are gonna catch some of the other enemies, which is something funny. Okay, that's bad. I know that what's gonna happen. Why, game? Now we just put it here, and I start to hit the alien. Okay, and now I'm the good part. Okay, it's time to keep moving. Nope. Sometimes when the enemies go off screen, I will try to keep moving. So now we're fighting versus Samsa, and this can be my first bad boss, because also depending of the position of the enemies where you need to be in order to hit them. But since I used to base this on watching the shadows of the floor, but unfortunately I'm not able to watch this here. So let's RNG. Okay, this is not good. Okay, please game, help me a bit. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Okay, just one more hit, please game, help me. Okay, that was good. Third stage, beat it. Fourth stage, and now we're gonna be close to get in the middle of the game. And again, just need to be fighting on the street versus some bad guys while we hear some nice music. So again, now I'm gonna keep quiet. Again, if staff has something to say, they can enter to BC and just tell it. While I try to defeat these bad guys and enjoy these nice tunes. Nope. Nope. And again, I move to the right part of the screen. And also, something I need to say is that if I jump and I move forward on the bar before the, well, just in the right moment when the walking animation is gonna start, and I can make that, obviously I can save some frames thanks to it, some like a second, because we don't watch the walking animation, which is slower than the jumping one. Talking about movement and all that kind of stuff. Okay, game. And now another little mid boss. And please focus on the game, on the name of this particular enemy. His name is Big Ben, and why I say this is because you can notice that with some kind of enemies, because they're gonna have some weird names that, if you associate with the kind of the characters, you can notice that maybe Sega were trying to make some jokes referring to that enemies, which is something cool. I need to say that they also made fun of their own game. Not taking this kind of stuff seriously. Now in this part I need to move to some certain spots. Unfortunately I wasn't able to move at the correct time, because some enemies, when they fall down, they're gonna make you damage. So if I am in another part where where the enemies doesn't fall down, and I can keep a bit safe. So again, I need to move here. And also, if I'm not faster in my movements, and also if I don't put the correct tension, and when I'm hitting some enemies, another ones are gonna start to hit me, and obviously that's bad since I lose time. I'm gonna get damage, and well, the regular story when you're playing a video game. But this is the last boss. I'm gonna move here, and again, just gonna spawn down on the floor. And now it's time to go for the next boss battle, and I think that this is about it, if I remember correctly. Okay, that was bad. Yes, this is about it. And sometimes this boss can be a bit annoying thanks to that kind of movements, but that's something that can be fixed in a while. Need to catch this. Okay. No, this is not good. Okay. Never mind. Still fine. This is still fine. Nope. Please, Abatidi, don't be a bad guy. Help us to defeat you. No, this is not good. This is not good. Okay, I have lost a huge amount of time here, but it doesn't matter. It's still doing fine. Now we have beat it. Half part of the game. It's now time to go to the second half part of the game. Stage number 5. Now we are on a ship. Okay, I got a bad pattern, unfortunately. And also something good about some enemies is that if I can keep them on certain parts of the stage scenario, they are not gonna move. That's something I'm gonna do with I'm gonna try to do with the boss of this stage. That's gonna be a bit hard, but at least it's not fully impossible. And again, when some enemies are hitting me, if I try to hit another enemies, if I do it correctly, I'm not gonna receive some damage as you have saw for a while versus this specific enemy. But at the same time I got hit, so again, I'm gonna go for this stuff. I'm gonna try to keep this enemy on a certain part. So, okay, that's not good. Okay, that's good. Okay. I need to focus on these little guys. Last part of the stage, and also this can be a bit annoying sometimes. Nope. That's good. come on, come here. Okay, that's a pretty bad pattern. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing this. So now it's time to go for the boss of this stage. So again, we have this kind of manipulation. Watch this. I keep him on this corner. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine because I have lose all my stamina thanks to that special attacks. Okay, boss defeated. Now it's time to go to the next part of this, which is stage 6. I hate this specific enemies in particular. Okay, I don't know why I'm having this bad pattern. Okay, this is something new for me because regularly this enemy in particular is not so hard like this. Okay, I'm not liking how this is going. Okay, I don't know what's happening with me today, but it looks like the RNG gods are not helping me because this is a new pattern, at least for me. I haven't saw that the enemies move like this in all the time that I've played this game. Okay, that was good because that big enemy, the fat guy, was gonna throw some fireballs, so at least a good part of it is that I got enough time to catch him before the fireballs damage me. Okay, game, I don't know why are you with me like this when you have done this before. Now this is the last part, this is the boss, again this kind of enemy. We just need to focus on Suitor, which is the red one. Okay, come on game, help me a bit. Come on! Why are you doing this? I'm really having a very bad pattern here. Well, we know that we're not aware about when this is gonna happen. Sometimes we can get some good stuff from speedrunning. Sometimes we're gonna get bad NG and bad NPC characters, like on this case, unfortunately. So hopefully I'm gonna finish under my estimate, and if everything goes fine, I'm gonna be able to do this. Come on. I have practiced this game 2 days ago, and it wasn't so bad like this. Come on. That was good. Now we're gonna approach now for the last part of this stage, but damn, my controller disconnects. Nice. Please, controller. Okay, that's good. So this platform is gonna start to move once once I defeat all these enemies, and obviously there are gonna appear more and more and more and more. But the good part is that at last the bosses are easy, because there are two robots that you can manipulate their position and keep them on the same place. And obviously both of them doesn't has a huge amount of health, so that's gonna help us a bit. Now we are trying to defeat the Jack Sparrow's cousin. Just gonna try to make that enemy gets in the middle of the stage. Okay, that's good. Don't move! Okay. Keep Soy on this part. Now I can hit him. Okay, that's bad, and need to just wait until this guy respawns. No. Now it's time to get the boss fight. And again, it's getting on the correct part of the stage. Okay, it's not good. Okay, first of the robots defeated. Now it's time for the second one. Boss defeated. And now it's time to go to the last stage of the game to finish this. So now we are on the path of Mr. X, and I'm having again a bad pattern with the enemies. Well, it doesn't matter. I think that this run is gonna be like a 38, which is fine, at least for me. If I remember correctly, one of these got an item for the health. That's something. Okay, that was like very good. That doesn't matter. Also, my PB on this game is 35 minutes and 15 seconds that I have. Currently, I have achieved it on a previous marathon on October, if I remember correctly. Obviously, this is not gonna be a PB, but at least I hope that you guys enjoyed this run, because I just got practiced it like 2 days ago for another marathon, because for this one was just prepared as a backup game. But fortunately, I'm glad in some way that I am running this here, and I'm more glad that I have practiced this game.
Yeah, we're really happy that...
Happy about what? And again... Guys, stop talking to me, or I'm muted. No, I'm not muted. So guys, somebody stop to talk. So if they say that they're happy, that's good. And now again, okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, continue,
really
continue.
happy that you could jump into stream.
Yeah, that's something good also. But well, As I was gonna say, the good part of this stage is that we can see that some kind of the enemies in some way are similar to the last bosses of the previous stages, and now we're gonna go to beat some little enemies, and then the last boss battle is gonna start. We're gonna fight first versus Shiva, which is that dude that's next to Mr. X, and once we defeat him, the battle is gonna start with Mr. X. And at least for me, it's more hard to defeat Shiva, and Mr. X is so easy. Because once we defeat Shiva, Mr. X is gonna take a gun, is gonna shoot some bullets around, but if you move correctly, you can just keep far away of them, and you're not gonna receive damage. So one more hit, and okay, that was good. Now it's time to go versus Mr. X. Okay, don't sweat. But it's good the position with those where he is. Punch him a lot of times. Okay, that wasn't good. So we're close to finish this. Also, time's gonna appear when stage prepare the time. Time's gonna finish when stage A clear appears on screen. And time. Yes, it was a 38. At least I'm glad that I finished this under my estimate. So wow. This run we're done for Midwest Speedfest. Midwest Speedfest. And well, okay, it was at 38, 34. When my splits were 38, 33, obviously because I have to say 3 to 1 goal a bit early, but it's fine. So well. Now it's time to switch to my last backup game, which is Snow Brothers, and well, that was Streets of Rage 2, and it wasn't a bad run at all, but so well, staff, again, we need to set up everything, because now the NES monitor screen's more tighter. Or, well, I don't know how to say this. Okay, I'm gonna switch everything, just give me a moment. So if somebody of the staff have something to say, this is a good moment. Incentive to people. Just right. Just gonna close this. Just gonna open FCEUX. Now it's time to open Snow Brothers.